Hey everybody, this is Daniel over here at the Portland Tai Chi Academy. I'm here with Kathy. Kathy's been one of our students here for a little while. Kathy, how long have you been training here for?
I began coming here in December of 2019.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's been about almost 2.5 years.
And then, for the folks that know at home, what discipline are you practicing?
I'm doing Tai Chi, which I had learned before, but I came back to relearn it again. I've had lots of orthopedic problems, and came to the conclusion that this would be one of the best routes for me to really work on that. And I'm really glad I came here, and I overcame any of my fears about my age and stuff like that. And like, will I fit in? Will it be okay? And of course it has been. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, we have a lot of students, and I talk to a lot of people when they first come into the academy, and they're getting into it for all different types of reasons and walks of life. You yourself, like you said, there's a lot of the medical things. We just kind of talked about it earlier, but can you kind of talk to the folks a little bit, if you're opening up about that, like what different issues you had and kind of what has improved from there?
Yeah, I've had terrible back issues for a long time, and finally got diagnosed for what was going on, and I have degenerative disc disease. And they defined it as severe, which was nice to hear. But and I have had 2 lumbar back surgeries, 2 fusions, and then I have a fusion that my body made in my neck, which was really painful because, of course, it wasn't carefully done by a surgeon. Yeah. It was just bone that had grown in there, So that, and I have arthritis pretty much everywhere in my body, and I developed fibromyalgia from a bad incident from following one of my back surgeries. The surgery was successful, but I had a tough recovery where I was in an enormous amount of pain, and then developed fibromyalgia. So doing the Tai Chi is one of my therapies that I do. That was kind of my first inclination, and I looked around to see, is there any place that specializes in this? And I looked at that and decided that's not for me. I want to go to a place that teaches Tai Chi, period. I want to struggle through, if it's a struggle, relearning it again. And it's been very successful, and I am improving, and I love it.
That's awesome. And thank you for being thorough about that. It's like it's so funny because it's, as you'll see other people here kind of doing the same thing, and it's like, we all have the different issues, different things we come in with, but like the practice is a happy medium to come in and kind of share it, but also be able to kind of improve and overcome those things, right? I guess speaking to the other point you mentioned, coming in and meeting the students, what has been your experience with the community here? What's kind of been like the
It's been really a kind of a natural, organic getting to know people. You kind of you start out with a group of people who nobody knows how to do it, and so we're all just starting, and you get to know those people really well. But then as you go along, you start to meet people who are more advanced than you, and of course I get a lot out of doing the form with people who are more advanced than I am, because I watch what they do, and I learn a lot from that. But I've never felt like I was looked down on or anything like that. And I will tell you that being the age I am, because I'm in my 70s, I had old ideas about martial arts studios, that they weren't for women, and they certainly weren't for old people. And that has been completely smashed. There are a lot of women who are here, and I like to come in early for one of my classes, because there's a fighting class that Daniel teaches, and I like to come in and watch. I just like to see all these people of different ages, different genders, different bodies, everything, learning these fighting techniques, and it's just been really nice. I wish I could be, start my life over again in this much more enlightened time, because I would be here and I'd be in that class, giving that a try, because it's really impressive to watch. But but I feel very comfortable, and I've gotten my nerve up to come in here on my own before class to practice in front of mirrors and stuff like that, and I feel like all of those are kind of personal victories.
Yeah, and thank you too for doing this, because I know I just took you out of about to practice before class.
That's all right.
But I guess kind of along the same lines with the back to like the benefits and different things you felt like you were achieving through the practice. How has it helped you like in your everyday life? Like, have you seen it kind of improve your everyday day-to-day activities, that kind of thing?
Yes, and when I did Tai Chi before, which was like a decade or more ago, I had felt a calmness that I always felt when I was doing the form, and even when I was thinking about it, and that's happening again. I mean, that's part of Tai Chi, and to me, that's kind of the unsung part of it. People think of it as a movement thing. They look at the postures and all that kind of stuff, but there's something that happens inside as you focus on that, and that is it's like taking anti-anxiety drugs without the drug. Because it just and I'm sure it affects everybody differently, but overall Tai Chi is just such a centering experience that it really helps. And as you get older, you go through a lot of changes. It's kind of like being a little kid again, where your body goes through a lot of different changes, and doing the Tai Chi helps me deal with those changes and be okay with it and figure out what to do about it.